What's going on, Bears, man? We back at y'all tonight again with another Taco Tuesday talk. You know what I'm saying? Bringing up some of these news and rumors. About your boy Cole Kmet. Could he be traded? Is he on the trade block? We don't know what it is. But me and my boy AC gonna kick it to you. Let's get it.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Man, I can't tell if that's the skip is on my end or not. But we gonna find out later on. AC, my boy, how you doing tonight, man? Talk to me, man. How you doing out in Kentucky?
Hey, man, you know what it is. It's been real hot lately. But I think we're getting some rain in. Got some rain clouds coming in. Got vacation coming up. Here in about 10 days. Your boy's gonna have his toes in the sand down in Florida. So I'm looking forward to that. Just trying to get it in while I can. But let's talk a little bit of Bears tonight, KB.
Oh hell yeah, we definitely gonna talk about them Bears. The first thing on the docket, my guy, Cole Kmet. Are we trading Cole Kmet? I mean, we should just throw it out there. No, people,
No.
no. Why is this news? Why are we bringing this up? It's I've always had this stigma, right? This thing with the Bears, and it seems like whenever we get talent, people want us to trade the talent so we can try to get other talent.
Yeah.
I've never understood it, man. It's always been a thing where it just kind of burns my craw a little bit, man. What you think?
It just don't make a whole ton of sense to me. It really started draft night when they drafted Colston Loveland. A lot of Bears fans wanted to trade Cole Kmet either that night or the next day and try and get draft capital, even though, and Greg Gabriel and several other people that we know have said, look, they both play tight end, but it is not remotely the same position that they're playing. Cole Kmet is more of an inline blocking and can receive as well type of tight end. And Colston Loveland is not that. He is a wide receiver in a tight end's body. A lot.
It's a big slot.
It really reminds me, and maybe Bears fans won't like this comparison, but the way the Las Vegas Raiders would use Brock Bowers as their receiver and had Michael Mayer there, another Notre Dame tight end who can block and receive and do all the things. It's just, and it's the off season. People are trying to make content. I tune into 670 The Score to try and get show recommendation type stuff. But I mean, it's Cubs season, it's White Sox season. It's close to the trade deadline, so they're not talking a ton of Bears. But I did compile Cole Kmet's stats here. Before we get rolling. I'm a stat guy. I like to look at the numbers and see.
Absolutely.
What are the numbers telling me? So in 2020, his rookie season, if you remember, we had Jimmy Graham. So he was a primary ball catcher, receiver. And so he was more of a blocking tight end that year. I think he had a touchdown or two. Nothing major in the plans. 2021, he had 17 games. He had 60 catches for 612 yards. 2022, he had 50 catches for 544 yards. In 2023, under Luke Getsy, he was actually utilized quite, pretty well. He had 73 yards, 73 catches, 719 yards, and 6 touchdowns. We were like, okay, let's see how this projects into next year. But Shane Waldron just absolutely acted like he wasn't on the field. He had 47. He had 47 catches last year, 470 plus yards, and 4 touchdowns. Remember, 3 of those touchdowns were in London, where he had the hat. So outside the London game, this guy only caught 1 touchdown, and I don't think it was remotely on him. I think it was. I mean, we saw it from the top down. The organization was bad. This team fit in Washington and really worked to get Eberflus out. And but as far as moving on from Cole Kmet, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Some people said, I heard on the radio this morning on Cap and J Hood on ESPN 1000 that it's a $10 million savings as a June 1st, post June 1st move. So, but even with that, I mean, are you going to replace what Cole Kmet can give you for $10 million and
Nope.
less? And let's not forget, KB, we have yet to see Colston Loveland. He had the shoulder surgery. So,
Exactly.
as high as I am on Colston Loveland and excited for him to be our primary tight end, our primary pass catching tight end, we have no idea what we're getting in this guy. But I'll let you talk a little about Cole Kmet, man, if you want. But I think we can pretty much put this thing to bed.
Oh, it absolutely needs to be put to bed. I feel like we have a lot of Madden GM, you know what I'm saying, going on here. A lot of chairmen over sitting in the seats, you know what I'm saying, being GMs of the chair. Y'all got to realize this is real life, man. You don't just plug and play and then expect somebody to come in and give you Brock
Right.
Bauer season. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Like you said, man, Colston is coming off of a shoulder injury, man. And I mean, you being honest, Colston is he's a big slot. They're gonna utilize him in the slot. To me, the biggest shocker to me was when we took
Right.
Luther Burden, who's also a slot receiver. I mean, but it gives you flexibility for a lot of different sets, a lot of different looks. There's gonna be guys in the slot doing a lot of the same
Right.
things, but different size, different play style. You don't get rid of a Cole Kmet. That's your all-around tight end. That's the guy. For as much flack as he gets for not blocking well in certain times, that's your blocking tight end. You know what I'm saying? He's your up the seam guy. And it seemed like last year working with this what's my man's name? Because I'm about to say
Shane
Luke
Waldron.
Gessie, Shane Waldron. Good, bro. Oh my man, I
trying to
the
get
ball
rid
on
of him.
so
Trying to get him out of here.
I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
this or not, but back on the pod, how I was like, oh man, it's a game changer. You know what I'm saying? He coming in, he's called plays.
Well, in
Yeah.
your defense, we watched what he did with a 32-year-old Jonnu Smith. And we were like, okay, you give him a young quarterback to mold. It just again, he may have been okay in a different regime. We'll see. He goes to Jacksonville with my guy Liam Cohen and Duval down there, where he doesn't have to call all the plays and have everything on his lap. So we'll see what he does going forward. And Eberflus, for his faults as a head coach, I've told Cowboys fans at work this already. I think he's a good defensive coordinator. His players play hard for him. He's just not the guy to be up for. Like, I love Ben Johnson. I've wanted him for 2 years. But Eberflus was just not the guy to stand up in front of everybody and face the music. And if he could just sit back in the and do look at Vic Fangio.
I was gonna say Vic. And I was gonna say Vic was probably
I
one
think
of the best
he's the best defensive
coordinators.
coordinator in the league. But he didn't work as a head coach. Yeah,
not a head coach guy. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Sometimes you're good at something. You don't need to be the executive guy. Maybe you just need to do what you're special at. If you're special at defense, be special on defense. Special at offense, be special on offense. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. But I mean, as far as this Cole Kmet thing that goes on, I mean, I feel like the moves that were made today, I feel like we'd be remiss to not say those things. Pittsburgh made a trade with the Dolphins to get Jonnu Smith. Hell of a move by them. I didn't get to see what the compensation was.
I've got
but
it.
Then
So they traded for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. They traded away Minkah Fitzpatrick, and I think they had a 5th-round pick swap. Which originally, before Minkah Fitzpatrick hit, I was like, okay, you get, because I saw they got Jalen Ramsey. I was like, nice. You're going to pair Jalen Ramsey back there with Minkah Fitzpatrick and Darius Slay. You're going to have a good secondary. And then I saw Minkah got traded, and I was like, all right, maybe not. I don't.
Man, get me off. But yeah, you see that, and then the speculation I think started to hit kind of a fever pitch. You know, a lot of fans on X you know what I'm saying, formerly known as Twitter, saying, hey, Cole Kmet, trade Cole Kmet. No. And then you have a man coming out of retirement, Mr. Darren Waller, being traded from the Giants over to the Dolphins. I mean, hell of a move by them. For the Giants to get anything out of Darren Waller, who you thought was retired, that's miracle work on their part. So I mean, good on them. But to me, that puts to bed the whole Cole Kmet thing. I mean, you could probably find a team in the league who would absolutely love to trade for Cole Kmet. But nah, he doesn't need to go anywhere. He's right where he needs to be, man.
I agree.
That's all that matters.
I like where he's at. And I think he's a big piece to this team. Local guy, grew up a Bears fan. That's why he rocks 85. You know, he doesn't want to go anywhere else. This is where he wants to play. But it was a little shocking to see Darren Waller being the trade piece that, and they had said this is why the rumors came up is because apparently the Dolphins were calling around for a tight end, and they found one who was retired. The Giants made this guy quit football, which you talk about another coach that I thought was going to work out, Brian Daboll in the New York Giants. He's probably on his last legs this year. And Waller, you know, that news broke and I was like, oh, wow. Well, okay. I can kind of see the fit. I mean, he's only 33 years old. Took a year. Mm-hmm. He was only out for a year, not even a full year, I don't think. I feel like he played last preseason, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't do a deep dive into Darren Waller, I'll be honest with you. But
no, I'm not looking up Darren Waller news.
But Miami is in that spot as far as, and we see this around the league, and we're going to see it in a few years under Caleb. Once you pay your quarterback, what you're able to supplement around him, and even though Jonnu Smith, who had the second most target share for the Miami Dolphins last year, goes and takes those targets to Pittsburgh with Aaron Rodgers, who, for all of his faults, he makes something out of nothing. I mean, Bob Tunyon, I thought he was going to be something here because of what Rodgers did with him in Green Bay. So he might be able to do some work with Jonnu Smith there in Pittsburgh, and Miami gets an older player that probably doesn't cost him a whole lot. I'm not sure the compensation that they sent to New York for him, but trading for a retired player, I'm sure it doesn't cost him. But James Childress in the chat says, "Bear down, CSP family." Bear down, absolutely. James Childress. This is the guy who, I mean, I don't want to drive here, KB, but we can bring this up. It's going every month here at Chicago Sports Podcast. If you like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube page, we're giving one jersey away every month to a subscriber. And James Childress was our first winner. Do you know who he picked, KB, for his Bears jersey?
Because
no.
All right.
He got the Tooney jersey. So he's rocking 6'2", got the James Tooney jersey, and it's looking good. Looking good on James Childress. Have you talked? I mean, speaking of big cuz, if anybody doesn't know, my man KB, he's not going to brag about it. If I was related to an NFL player, I'd be shouting it from the rooftops, and everyone would always know who I was related to. But KB here, Ryan Kirkland Billings, if that name sounds familiar to you, is cousins of our defensive tackle Andrew Billings, who, thank God, he's back in the weight room, picking up, putting down heavy things, the things that he does best. Hopefully we can get him on one night. If not on here, on myself and KB are also on the Bears Barroom Radio Network, but you can also find here on YouTube. And hopefully I'd love to interview him again because, man, I got to tell you, I've talked to him a few off seasons, and then I hear the Spice Adams interview, and I'm like, bro, where's all this stuff coming from? You didn't give me none of this.
Hey man, you know how it is with Spice, man. He get them in them little bitty ass cars, boy. It be a wrap.
And they both. I mean, in my defense, I didn't play in the NFL at the same exact position as Andrew Billings, so he kind of knew how to soften him up. But I mean, Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. Just had his football camp. If you guys
Sure.
follow Billings, Build Away on
Absolutely.
Facebook, they
I was
give
gonna
all the
say.
they give
Yes,
all the
sir.
updates on there. Sorry, I'm still on the show tonight,
Uh-huh.
KB.
Oh, brother, man, you good, brother? You know we do this, man.
Yeah, we
We
got
do this.
and I'm sure you've been texting him. I'm sure he's busy, but we got 2 Walter
yeah.
Payton Man of the Year award nominees in the middle of our defensive line this year. You know, him,
Oh,
Grady
yeah, I
Jarrett
forgot.
going back, going
Yeah.
back. So James,
That's wild, man. Hey, it's to me, just you know what I'm saying, just to go off on a tangent, man. To me, that's one of the big things for me. That's important because it's not just a call to I'm a football player, I'm a play on the field, but it shows in the actions that you do off the field for the communities and whatnot. And to me, that's big. Andrew has always been about giving back, and especially around in the Waco area from where he's from. So it's I mean, it's me just being nominated is a blessing. It was one point I actually thought he won the award. I got a message. Somebody was like, "Hey, he got it," and I'm like, "Stop it, stop it." Well, that's big. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, just to shout him out, man. He's doing his thing. Like I said, whenever he gets the time to get back to me and whatnot, if he wants to come on, we'll do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Get him to talk about a couple things that he got going on. I know he's doing well. He's in great health, and hey, man,
that
to
is
me,
the
that's all you can
most
ask for. You
important
know,
thing right there.
that's the heart and soul in the middle to me.
Hey,
so what we got? Oh, we got the Cubs. The Cubs are the 3-0. Ooh, look at y'all.
I love my Cubbies. Shout out to Cheryl Childers. Is it Childers or Childers? I know here in Kentucky there's Tyler Childers, so I just assume that's how it's pronounced. But she gives us our score updates nightly on the Chicago Sports Podcast, and Cubbies are up 3-0 over the Guardians in the 3rd inning. Hopefully they can hold on because, man, we have been going through some slumps. And I told my wife, I said, every team we play, it seems like it was like home run derby. When we played against the Mariners, they were just, I mean, Cal Riley's crazy, man. He's the catcher for the Mariners, and he broke Johnny Bench's record for most home runs before the All-Star break against the Cubs. And he's like on pace, like when Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire were juicing, he's on pace at midseason that they were at. And he's obviously not juicing because they can't do that anymore. But
right.
James Childress here. Go Cubs, go! Sorry, KB, you're behind enemy lines over here. Me and James
bro.
and Cheryl.
You talking about people homering on y'all? I'm just like, it couldn't happen to a better team. But oh yeah, we going off, but we all the way off the rails at this point. It is what it is.
I mean, it's off-season sports talk, man. We got to find something to talk about.
Absolutely. So, I mean, just to dial things back, to get back on the Cole Kmet thing. I mean, just to state a few points in my estimation. Like I said, we already stated that Colston Loveland is going to be more of a slot receiver than anything. Probably get flexed out a few times. He's a big body. He's an athletic kid. He can go up on jump balls. That's all day. To me, like you said, man, you don't get rid of somebody that's the heart and soul. To me, he's a captain. You know what I'm saying? To me, Cole Kmet has kind of been through the fire. He's been through the Luke Gessie system. He's had people sit there and say, "Oh, the person throwing to him is a running back." He's had all of these things said and launched at him. And at certain points, people are saying maybe he should just leave if he could. You know what I'm saying? So him staying, to me, that was big time. You staying with your childhood team. That's to me, the loyalty was tested, and he's here. I don't want to see Cole Kmet shipped off. To me, he's going to be a big part in what we do this year. I feel like Cole Kmet can have a record-breaking year for himself. You know what I'm saying? Or post his PBRs, personal best, however you want to go. Because it's a lot of.
We know all these guys, they have goals in mind.
Yeah.
I mean, when we talked to Andrew last offseason, his goal was 3 sacks. He got one of them before he got hurt.
Yeah, he did.
But we'll see if we can get him back on and talk about it. But you did talk. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good, bro. Go.
But you did talk about Kmet having the C on his chest, the captain.
Yes, sir.
And I'm wondering how that's going to work this year because, last year, Eberflus, he had his players' council and he had his 8 captains. And for the amount, I'm not a big fan of John Yurkovich on ESPN 1000. He was correct when he first looked at the captain's list and said, there's not a single player from the trenches on here, not a single offensive lineman or defensive lineman.
Stop it.
Stop
it.
There wasn't a single one of them last year.
Oh, okay, last year.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
But this year they haven't come out to say how they're going to. I mean, they might have rotating captains. I'm not sure what Ben Johnson's going to do, but I've been hearing Andrew Billings talking a lot this offseason.
I know
He's doing a lot of press conferences. It seems like he's stepping up into a leadership role. He's trying to kind of push it to Javon Dexter, it seems like. Maybe take him under his wing a little bit because he likes to talk about the other, Andrew. He doesn't talk about himself. He likes to talk about the other guys, the Wolfpack, as we deemed them last year.
Yep.
I would absolutely love for 97 to have a big C on his chest, man. I think that would be
that'd be special because he get that, man. I'm definitely going to get me a C patch to iron on to my jersey. You feel me?
Absolutely.
It's absolutely going on there. But I feel like they say, who's my boy, the real Andy Up, man. Andy Up, man, that's my guy.
I like Andy Up too. Yeah,
a lot of personality with that man. A lot of personality and a lot of knowledge, man. Andy Up giving you blessings, brother. Your shouts out. But what was I saying? This rotating captain thing. I think Ben Johnson is more traditional. I think we're gonna see solid. These are captains. We're not gonna play the games with trying to pick somebody out every week. I won't rule out that maybe you might have like a guest captain. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that. But I absolutely believe that the captains will be entrenched from day one, going, hey, these are the guys.
Yeah.
Right now, of course, D line. I'm looking at my cousin. I'm looking at Grady. I would love to see Javon Dexter kind of get in there, get into things. Also, Joe Tooney. Of course, that's going to be. There's no way he can't be a captain. Yeah. I think you look at the Drew Dolmans of the world, Cole Kmet. It brings up an interesting topic. Do you feel a DJ Moore, you know what I'm saying, should be captain?
I love DJ. You know I love DJ. Man, when we were in the Soldier Field crowd singing "Go DJ," when he scored that touchdown up against the Raiders, I believe it was. But I'm not sure if he's not a vocal leader. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of and I want to say leader by actions, but he was frustrated as much as anyone last year, and we saw it play out on the field as he walks off mid play, and that's what a lot of Bears fans have stuck in their head about DJ Moore. And obviously, he's way more than that. And I was frustrated with the way he was being used as well. I mean, they acted like this guy couldn't run a route past 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. So I would have been highly upset as well if I was a former Pro Bowl wide receiver. And his usage. I just don't know if he'll have this. And like I definitely want trench players. I definitely, of course, I'm looking at Billings and Grady or either or. Because Montez, he was brought over to be a leader, but again, he's not a vocal leader. He's a actions leader, I think. And he can't do it all himself. We found out last year. And Joe Tooney. Do you think they throw one on Caleb again just to try? Because I feel like last year when they threw it on him, it was kind of like you're our quarterback, you're our starter.
You're supposed to be captain.
You're our captain. Do you think they do that again, or has he done enough to earn that C?
So, I don't. Me personally, I don't think I've heard enough out of Caleb this offseason, which is weird to say.
I feel like we heard a lot this offseason.
I like the stepping up portion of it and being a leader. Like, I get it. He has talked, you know what I'm saying? He has made waves and being at the fan fest, basically saying forget the Packers and all that stuff. I get it. But at what point do we look at Caleb and it's like, okay, that guy's the leader of the team? You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm not getting that vibe from him. Yeah, I get he's making strides. He's young. He's supposed to do that. But I mean, I'm looking at guys on that offense. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Tooney. You're looking at Cole Kmet. You know what I'm saying? We having a discussion about whether or not we believe DJ Moore is a captain.
Right.
Hell, you even look at the first round picks in that situation. How much of a, you know what I'm saying, maturity has Rome shown this offseason? Because from all intents and purposes, Rome has been on it. They like it sounded like he could be the best wide receiver at some point. I don't know.
They've kind of been whispering that, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's people that are there, and it's like, and I would love to see just because, you know what I'm saying, the running back in me. For somebody like Roschon Johnson, if he's gonna be here, maybe Roschon Johnson's leadership personality that, you know, he was drafted for, which he was at Texas when he was a captain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe something like that pops up. Like, man, it's rough to say. I don't want to just give Caleb the C because he's the quarterback.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I can understand that.
Disingenuous. I believe if you are like truly, and I feel like that would say a lot for Ben Johnson. If you feel that he truly earned it, then you give it to him. Give the people the C's that who are the true leaders on the team and folks look to.
Yeah, and I don't see Ben Johnson as being the type to pander and just throw a C on him because he's the starting quarterback. I think it'd be something for him to earn. Running back's interesting though, because you jump straight to Roschon.
Oh, absolutely.
Who, backed up Bijan Robinson in college, and as you said, was a captain and a leader there on the team in Texas. But I've started to see people coming around for DeAndre Swift, seeing him in practice and seeing him kind of take on a leadership role. And he's got this chip on his shoulder, man. We've gave everyone the benefit of the doubt from last year, from the coaching staff, the offensive line, etc. Except D Swift.
Except DeAndre Swift.
Do you think D Swift is going to prove a lot of people wrong this year? Is there any shot, not to take Cap and J Hood's thing here, but shot or no shot, does DeAndre Swift rush for 1,000 yards this year?
Oh, shot. If you can run for 950 plus behind the old line that we had with the amount of issues that we had, and you still, look, people can say what they want to say, that he doesn't hit the hole correctly, but if you're not getting the correct blocks, then you start to play a little hero ball. And it was obvious he was looking for the big play when he got the ball. Shit, why not? It's hard not to see that when you're at that position. I like I said, I know I was very north and south, but you start to feel yourself, or you feel like, hey man, I feel like we're losing grip on this. Maybe I need to make a play. That east and west start to look real good. Now I wasn't that fast.
You're the only guy in your family that didn't make it to the league, it seemed like. I don't know.
Man, Cousins playing on the damn Green Bay Packers O-line. God damn it. That is horrible. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. It is what it is, man. I'm on the path I'm supposed to be, y'all.
That's right.
Man. But I would love to see DeAndre Swift step up. I would love to see him rush for 1,000 and prove a lot of people wrong. Because I don't think DeAndre Swift's a bad running back in any form or fashion. He did rush for over 1,000 with the Eagles. Yes, it's the Eagles. That old line is incredible. But DeAndre Swift still made them yards.
Right.
So I'm all for him proving, and I absolutely believe he'll prove it this year.
And yes, it's not the Eagles' offensive line, we don't think, but we did finally put in what we needed. All right, let's go. Let's trade for these guys, these guards. We don't like the way the guard situation's playing out in free agency. Look what Will Fry's got from Minnesota. They paid on a 5-year contract. A guy who I liked, but I didn't love him. So you trade for an All-Pro right guard or All-Pro left guard and a former Pro Bowl right guard, and pay the only center that I thought was worth paying in free agency, and
Yeah.
Drew Dahlman. And the only thing I got to see out of our guy Swift is, like you said, hit the hole and
Oh,
man, stop trying to hurdle everyone. Remember, this dude
yeah.
thought he was like an Olympic hurdler. Just
Yeah.
thought he could hurdle everybody. There's not a lot of NFL players you're gonna hurdle. Like you're only gonna catch a rookie or two with their head down. You know what I'm saying?
Man, brother, I
But
don't.
the
I'd have
big
been spun helicopter style trying to hurdle somebody. That is not a fun experience by any means. So,
but the big key, I think, is
man,
is the running backs coach. Eric Bieniemy is gonna have, if there's, and he ain't scared to pull you. He pulled first round pick Clyde Edwards, and I don't know how much he had pull in the for lack of a better word, pull in the coaches room to pull Clyde Edwards-Helaire, former first round pick for Isaiah Pacheco, seventh
yeah,
round pick out of Rutgers, by the way, to allow him to take over that starting role in Kansas City. Maybe Kyle Monunga is a dude, and I can't wait to see him
I can't wait to see
in
him
the
either.
preseason for sure.
Yeah,
And Ian Wheeler, I mean, he's coming back. The only video I've seen of him at camp is him kind of getting yelled at because he wasn't hit the sled hard enough. But yeah, I definitely think I think our running back room is going to be just fine. I mean, everyone wanted to trade for guys. That was another thing I saw. I mean, people went so far with the Cole Kmet trade that they built up mock trades for him. Like they were like, let's trade Cole and a third round pick for Devin A. Chain, and like,
I seen
where are
that.
you pulling this from? Like,
Boy, Miami just giving up all their people apparently. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's wild work. I seen the Devin A. Chain thing. It was such a click and
Yeah.
just keep moving because like it's not gonna happen, bro.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, it was clickbait for
Yeah, I
sure.
was gonna say that you know what? That kind of brings up another interesting topic. Because yes, we're all over the base at this point. It was something that we had brought up a while ago. Have you seen the so say rumors about Jonathan Taylor again?
No way. Are those out there again? I haven't seen those.
Again. Saying Jonathan Taylor could be on the trade block. Like, come on, bro. We're not. Why do we keep doing this? Why?
So, well, what led to this? Was it Ursay passing away, and they said, well, maybe the Daughters will trade him, because you still got the same general manager who, Greg Gabriel, friend of the bar
Absolutely.
room, very close to Chris Ballard there in Indianapolis, has said, yeah, he's had a relationship with the Daughters. He's already kind of took them under his wing and showed them a thing or two about football. So it's not like they're walking in blind. That's the only thing I could think is that someone was like, well, now that he's out of the way, kind of like we did as Bears fans with Virginia. Now that the Honey
Right.
Bears back, but I don't.
I would love it.
I would too. Yeah. Hey, we got land in Arlington Heights. It's going to be an indoor stadium. I'm just saying, cheerleaders.
I'm just saying. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? We can get the longest yard on with the actual female cheerleaders, not the hey, you know what I mean. Hey, if some people like that, hey, it's all you. I'm not judging. Not judging. Just want to see the Honey Bears. That's it.
Yeah. We haven't won a Super Bowl since the Honey Bears were on the sidelines. I just want to put that out there.
That could be it, man. That could be it. We found the key. But
James trying to get us back on track here.
Right. Our offensive line you're right, it does. It absolutely does. It's a lot of things I'm very interested to see going into this year, man. The offensive line is number one on that list. Because it was it's funny because you speak year on year at saying we need to address this, we need to address this, we need to address this, and it's always incremental progress. Oh, let's draft this 5th round pick. Maybe he might turn into something because he's athletic. He's 6'7" and he can run a 4.4 40-yard split. You know what I'm saying?
I don't need a 40 for my old lineman.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Just tell me the first 10. What's the first 10 at?
Right. But
Yeah.
I'm so interested because to me, in my head, that left tackle thing, like I said, I know Braxton Jones. Braxton Jones is a good guy.
I'm
I've
on
met him.
record, man. I'm already on record.
I've
I'm
met
on the
him.
crazy train. Give me
I,
Ozzy Trapillo
but
all
that's
day.
that's where I'm kind of leaning, man.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Not only is he a big boy, but he comes in with something that I feel a lot of offensive linemen don't. He's coming in with a whole lot of technique,
Right.
and that that to me is better than traits. To me, that's better than saying, "Oh, well, this guy has a 46 odd arm length and he's just this freak of nature." Yes, this kid is a freak of nature, but because he was as big as he is,
Right.
he had to become Mr. Fundamental.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So,
I watched Tim Duncan make a living off of being Mr. Fundamental now.
Old Man Riverwalk, right?
Goddamn right. You feel me? So I'm really interested to see this competition over at left tackle, man. I'm honestly pulling for the rookie. I would love to see
Yeah.
him come out there because I think if he is what I feel he is, I think you might have locked down your left tackle for the next 6-7 years.
I mean, you kind of got to hope you do. You picked this guy 56th overall, the
It's
second
facts.
round.
I
You
keep
know what
forgetting
I'm
we picked him
saying?
in the second. It don't feel like we did. I think it's
Well, I
because of
mean,
all the
if you
pick.
remember, tackles started flying off the board. I mean,
Yeah.
we had the guy from Minnesota that we passed on. I'm
Yep.
assuming that they thought he was
Personally.
more of a right tackle, and we got Darnell right there. I'm assuming that. This is
Yeah.
assumptions. And they thought they saw something in Trapillo. I did like what I heard. Of course, what's Ryan Pace going to do? He's not going to dog his draft pick, but he said, when you look at the tape and it looks the same from both sides, and
Yep.
his fundamentals are sound, and they scouts have a saying elite feet always eat, and Trapillo has elite feet for being such a big guy. He's a lot of scouts like to use the word dancing bear. We
Yeah.
heard it a lot with a Christian Darrisaw. Speaking of Minnesota Vikings, we see it a
Uh-huh.
lot out of him as a left tackle. Big guy, can get in the way, can reroute people. I'm really excited about this offensive line, KB. I
Yes.
mean, you got Darnell Wright coming into a contract year,
Yep.
as well as Braxton Jones. And if
Mm-hmm.
Braxton Jones is not your starter, I think he's fine as a swing tackle. He is a
Absolutely.
swing tackle that has
Yes.
experience
I was gonna say he has
at the
starting
left tackle.
quality experience.
Absolutely, yeah. And then you got Trapillo next to an All Pro left guard, next
Which is
to a
big.
great center, next to a really good right guard that I think can be very good. I think they messed with him in LA and it didn't work out, and
Yeah.
a lot of people were surprised. But I think plugging him in and saying you're the right guard, you're back where you need to be, I think it's great, and
Yep.
I'm really excited about this offensive line.
Absolutely.
And we got to be. I mean, it wasn't all on the offensive line, but when your quarterback
No.
gets sacked 68
Yeah.
times, you got to fix something, man. And
Yeah. It has
I
to
was
shake.
watching. I was watching the game. I can't even remember what game it was with my father-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
and we were and he was like, "Why are we struggling so bad to just do the simple things? The 5-yard outs. Why?" And I was like, "Look at the pocket around Caleb. There's no pocket. He was running the
Never.
entire time." And I said, "Okay, now when they get the ball, look at the pocket. The dude's standing back there, chilling, smoking a cigarette. He made himself a sandwich. You know what I'm saying?"
Like I said, you know it's bad, right? When a key feature in the new Madden is your quarterback having a special pass that he had to do while on the run.
Right.
I'm just saying that,
And by the
name drop.
way, that play didn't count because it was holding. So
Like, bro, the jokes write themselves, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man, we're gonna give y'all this new ability. Yeah, Caleb Williams gonna trigger it. Just because his O-line sucked though.
yeah.
It's crazy work, bro. When I seen it, that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, he had to get out of harm's way
Uh-huh.
to do this. Y'all ain't man, forget y'all. That's how I
I
felt.
mean, While we're on the subject a little about Caleb, I don't know if you caught some of the Fanatics Fest that was going on or Fan Fest or whatever he was at.
I didn't. I just heard the forget the Packers thing.
Well, he did the Green Bay sucks thing, and I'm trying to remember what else they asked him about. I can't, man, there was one, but I saw a quote from Peyton Manning talking about how excited he is for Ben Johnson to choose our Chicago Bears to head coach. And
Right.
he said, when I was in Indianapolis, I had ran the same offense for 7 years. It's the same language. He said, this kid's in his second year. He's on his third offensive coordinator. That's like learning German and then French and then Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Learning 3 different languages in such a short amount of time. And he said, for Ben Johnson to choose the Chicago Bears, knowing this division, knowing what he's coming into, knowing the issues that we've had, not only as a team, a current team, but as an organization. I mean, this is a team, let's be honest, KB, hasn't been ran the best, hasn't drafted the best, hasn't done a lot of the best things. We let a lot of guys leave that we probably should have kept them, brought in a lot of guys that we probably shouldn't have. But Ben Johnson came here, and there's one reason why, and he wears number 18. That is the reason why Ben Johnson chose to come and coach the Chicago Bears and take on this task. And it doesn't hurt that Ben Johnson's a Cubs fan too. So,
oh Lord,
hey, he sat out in the bleachers for years, man.
Man, that's his blemish. Okay, that's my one thing, bro. Like, whatever, bro. It's fine. I got Luther Burden at a White Sox game. It's fine. I want to throw this out to you. I just want to throw this out to you. It was something I was thinking about because we talk about Ben Johnson wanting to be here and choosing to, what I'm saying. Hey, I was looking at this team and I see where they're at now. I feel like I'm the guy for them. Okay, so let's say we have a Jared Goff-esque escalation in stats. Where does that put you mind wise about Caleb? Where do you put him in the pecking order in the NFC North? We'll say the NFC quarterback rankings, because I know we've all seen
Pro Football Focus.
Caleb Williams, his ceiling, Jordan Love. The only sophomore quarterback to get a bust as a floor.
Yeah.
even though it was funny because they named other quarterbacks and named busts as their floors. Anytime you say your floor is Daniel Jones, I'm sorry, he's a bust. Just say he's a bust, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest on and not to keep going back to Cap and J Hood, but they do those blind resumes where they just throw up quarterbacks' numbers and say, which one would you pick? And they threw up Trevor Lawrence's numbers up against Daniel Jones's numbers. Oddly similar. And one of them got paid and one of them technically got paid, but he kind of, everyone was like, well, yeah.
He got paid. Hey, yeah. Daniel Jones, the reason why Saquon ain't in New York no more. Let's remember.
Well, I think that's your boy Joe Shane out there.
Yeah, that definitely
South Bend guy.
Hey, bro, it's even worse. It was like Elkhart. Like he went to school with some captains that I work with. Like they was boys. They was tight.
Yeah.
It's like your boy fucking up.
Yeah.
But so like I said, man, we see what the numbers were for Jared Goff pre Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Pedestrian. I remember when that trade happened.
Playing the cold.
Yeah, it was. Jared Goff was just a toss in on this trade.
Yeah, like, right.
He was the throwaway pick in that.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're looking at Jared Goff in a little bit better light. He's kind of, what I'm saying, getting that Jonnu Smith, Sam Darnold light. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes quarterbacks take a little bit longer, but then you also have the fact of the matter that you have a guy who's I don't want to say a genius, but it seems to be along them lines of an offensive play caller to get the best out of his quarterbacks. So you get you get Caleb. Let's say he throws for the 4,000 this year. It'd be the first time ever for a Bears quarterback. I'm not gonna say 30 touchdowns. That's ridiculous. I say 25 touchdowns. We'll say somewhere in the ballpark of 8 or 9 interceptions. Where does that put you thought wise on Caleb?
First of all, Pro Football Focus, you're wrong for what you put out, and you're dead wrong. How is Caleb the only one that has bust as the floor? Technically, that should be all of their floors. Right or wrong?
Right.
I feel like that should be all of their floors. Right. And B, you talked about it before we got on the podcast here. Caleb's numbers were better than Jordan Love's last year. That's his ceiling. So he hit a ceiling in his rookie year.
Hit a ceiling.
You're wrong.
He's plateaus now.
and let's not forget, I didn't look at what his projections were, but JJ McCarthy hasn't played a snap in the NFL.
Bro.
You don't have him as a floor, as a bust?
One throw. And it was a ranking that I seen. They had JJ McCarthy at 12.
Yeah. And Caleb at like 20.
In what world are we bro?
Yeah,
he wasn't. Yeah, I'm a Michigan fan, people.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy wasn't that at Michigan. Like he was good.
Shane Norling loves to call him an academy quarterback because he's like, they ran the ball at Michigan while he was there. They didn't ask, and if Jordan Silvera, our former co-host, is tuning in, he's not going to like me saying this, but they didn't ask him to do those things.
They didn't.
They ran the ball. They played defense. They played Jim Harbaugh ball, which if we didn't get Ben Johnson, that's who I love me some Jim Harbaugh. Yeah. As far as the numbers, and I'm trying to remember, what'd you put 30 touchdowns in with?
No, I went 25. I'm 25. If he throws for 30, I'm yelling MVP chance.
Man, maybe I'm the only one. I just want to get this 4K.
That's the
passing yards and the 30 touchdowns off our back. I just want to, and they'll still say, well, it took the Bears until 2026 season. I don't care.
It don't matter.
Just get it off. Just get it done with. Even, I don't know if you heard, Jay Cutler's son was on the radio with Waddle and Sylvie, and he looked at you could hear him like look at his dad off camera and goes, "You didn't do that?" Like for 30 touchdowns. Jay's probably like, "I'm gonna punch you."
Hey man, shut up. All right. Shut up.
You don't know what I was dealing with. I had Jamarcus Webb as my left tackle.
Oh my God.
He didn't even have his cleats tied. But Jay's a bad guy, right? But 25, I mean, if he's got numbers like that, I think he's already better than Jordan Love, and Packers fans can tear me apart if they want. If you're in our chat, give us a like, comment, and subscribe, please, to the Chicago Sports Podcast. Maybe you'll win a jersey. But
it's going to be a Caleb jersey.
I think he's already above Jordan Love in my humble opinion. Right. It will be interesting to see what Jared Goff's able to do with Ben Johnson not there, pulling the strings. And then JJ hasn't took a snap, dude. I say this
JJ. I feel McCarthy has landed in one of the top 3 best situations coming into as a new quarterback. I mean, essentially, he's still a rookie.
Yes.
But you have one of the best situations to go into. You have Justin Jefferson, who was 1-2 best wide receivers.
He's the best receiver in the league. Let's not sugarcoat it. He's the best receiver in the league.
I love his running mate. I was a big fan of his when he was at Pitt, and then he transferred to USC and went off. Why am I feel bad because I just said I was a fan of the kid. Now I can't remember his name.
Jordan Addison.
I would say your tight end is decent. You got Aaron Jones in the running back. You have Darius Hall as your left tackle. They're like they have a very, very good situation to step into. Now, what he does with that is totally different.
And you didn't even mention, by the way, you got the coach of the year, reigning coach of the year, and Kevin O'Connell.
I felt like they were just giving those out. Remember, Matt Nagy got one.
Well, yeah. I mean, Look what Matt Nagy did his first year
Yeah.
here. 12 wins, win the division, go to the
Hey,
playoffs, and double doink out. I
we
mean,
thought the sky was the limit.
that's yeah. Well, he said all we need is a kicker. Remember that? Remember that offseason, KB?
The
All we need is
the
a kicker.
goddamn kicker carousel tryout.
Oh,
But we had kickers from god dang Toledo all the way to Albuquerque. Boy, we had some. If you kicked at some of the fan fest things, I think you might have been out there trying out. It was.
Hey, the Detroit Lions last year grabbed their kicker out of the UFL. He's out there kicking 60-yard
Hey
bombs.
man,
And
look,
I don't want to say that Cairo Santos should be on the hot seat, but if our guy's turning down kicking 55-yarders,
yeah,
absolutely
you right,
ante
Andy.
up.
You right.
Absolutely. TJ Edwards deserves a C on his chest. The guy and he's not the thing I love about TJ Edwards, another local guy made good, another guy who he's on the radio on 670 The Score during the season, and he says, I remember listening to you guys in my dad's truck when he picked me up from football practice. You know what I'm saying? I love the way he plays. He's not overly athletic. He's not just a big behemoth. He's just technically sound. He's the kind of guy, if you want to teach your son how to play linebacker, watch TJ
Yes.
Edwards tape. Watch how he fills the gap. Watch how he's just in the right place at the right time. And by the way, he's really freaking smart. He knows the game of football. He's a guy who maybe we'll see coaching one day if he so chooses. We do know how much time that takes up to be a coach, but this is a guy who, Wisconsin linebacker, undrafted, goes to a Super Bowl in Philly, comes back home on a good deal, and we just re-sign him. Just re-sign the guy. And he's a guy who's deserved it. He's deserved it every step of the way. Shout out Annie up. That's a good point there. 1K plus.
Where we at?
Wow. I don't see that. I don't know what he's seeing. I don't know. It threw me off. But shout out Annie up on the thing there.
Absolutely.
We're almost an hour in, brother. You want to try and wrap this thing
man.
up?
I was just about to get around to that, man. I just seen, man, we got 22 people that's viewed this thing, man. We about 52 minutes into this thing, man. We appreciate everybody that joins us, man. We appreciate anybody that takes any kind of time out to listen to two people just ramble about sports, especially the Bears. Hey, man, I say we'll spin this thing around. Tonight we touched on the Cole Kmet situation, while we think that totally overblown. And to me, if you're trying to get rid of Cole Kmet, I believe you're playing Madden. And I'm just gonna say that. I don't believe that you're a real fan. you're Madden GM. We spoke on, of course, the Caleb situation. It's wild work to me to compare somebody that he's probably already better than. And then our excitement for some of the O-line situation that we got coming up, and then who deserves to be captain. You know what I'm saying? Because
we got into some captain talk, KB.
Bro, we was reaching the bottom of the barrel tonight. You hear me? But we got any final things, man? You got anything you want to throw out there, AC, before we go ahead and wrap this thing up, bro?
I mean, just the usual: like, comment, subscribe. Like we said earlier, we're giving away a jersey every month, because we hit our subscription. I think our subscriber goal was 3,000, and I haven't checked to see where we're at right now. I'm sure that Trax has got another goal for something for 5,000. But like, comment, subscribe, and you'll be put in for a jersey drawing. I wish I could be put in for it, because you know me, KB. I love me some jerseys. I got a closet full of them I can't wear no more. So
every time we buy stuff, somebody leaves.
Maybe I should just stop.
Put my name on the back of them from this point. Yeah.
Right. Well, you got one, 97 million.
It works just fine for me. Works just fine. But like my boy AC said, man, like, subscribe, comment, do all the things that you can do. You know what I'm saying? We're not asking for no money, man. You know what I'm saying? Just the free things help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Y'all know how the thing goes. The stories go. It is all the same. But man, we appreciate anybody that jumped on this just to hear us talk, man. We appreciate it. We love you, man. That's all we can say. But my boy AC, man, you know what I'm saying? I think we should go ahead and leave this thing with that good old bear down, baby.
Bear down.